Hey, Travel Quest Network, it's Bonnie Lee here, and I'm sailing on the Joy on an inaugural, and I actually found these two ladies that appear to be fairly educated on the Joy product in Norwegian. I've got Gina, and Gina is the Director of National Sales. Yes?
National accounts.
Well, I was really close. I was really close. And Sinda is actually the BDM that takes care of all of us within the Travel Quest Network. So thanks, ladies, for coming.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
So I'm going to tell you, on my way here, I was like Googling the Joy because I'm on the inaugural, and an inaugural would say to me, new ship. And then I'm like Googling, and it says, oh, well, this ship came out in 2007, so I was a little bit, like I didn't quite understand it. So she's new. She's got a second new life, right?
She does. She actually came out in 2017. And when we launched her, she was dedicated to the China market. So the ship was built specifically for the China market. So 90% of the ship, I think, was casinos and shops. So when we decided to bring the ship back over to North America, we spent $50 million renovating her. So a lot has gone into the ship. And she's very similar to her sister ship, which is Norwegian Bliss, that came out last year.
I thought this was super interesting. Yesterday they had just a big Q&A and an informative thing. So how quickly did you turn this ship over from what she was to here, like 48 days or something from?
It was approximately 3 weeks.
It wasn't even 48 days. My
about
God.
3 to 4 weeks, and everybody helped. We had so many contractors on board. I have to be honest, when I got on in Seattle last week on Wednesday, I came onto the ship and I was like, oh my gosh, this is not going to be ready by Friday.
Oh, really?
We were laying tile in the atrium, and they were doing a lot of work up on the pool deck, and there were still things to be done when we walked.
I mean, she is new. She is new. When you walk in here,
carpet,
smell,
everything. She's so beautiful. So some of the things that I thought were really very interesting that I learned. So on this ship, on the Joy, the Norwegian Joy, the restaurants, the Ocean Blue, Cagney's, and I think it's La Cucina, are the largest of those restaurants now within the fleet. And so when you make larger restaurants, it's a positive, right?
Oh, yes.
So, and I felt like the biggest positive was getting those reservations. There's more spaces, so I think the ease for all of us making reservations, if we make it ahead for the client or the client makes it when they come on board, it doesn't matter. There's going to be more reservation spots. So that was very interesting. She's got an incredible spa.
She does.
I had a little bit of a facial. How's it looking? You know, I felt like my pores are really, really good. Well, they're feeling good at least, and I hydrated. So yesterday as well, Camille was talking about the three groups or demographics you might be fitting into the Joy, or actually into the whole NCL brand, as far as I was thinking. The millennials, the active families, and the baby boomers, right? And the millennials, I mean, we talk a lot about millennials. I ultimately believe in the end, I don't care which demographic you're in, we all want the same thing. We want a great experience. We want great service. We want great food. I mean, these things we want. But then when we divide it down, so as you're deciding how to market, so like millennials, we talked a little bit about this. Okay, now this is a quiz. How well did these two pay attention? So, sorry. I'm sorry. So for the millennials, here, you can look at my notes too.
I see
like
that.
some
You have some good notes here.
Yeah. So like what are they looking for that they're really going to find?
Well, they really want to stay connected. That's probably the number one.
Oh, here, let me get my phone.
Yeah. They love social media, right?
Yes,
so
which is
keeping
great.
Them connected. So we have very fast Wi-Fi on board, which makes it easy to post things and stay connected. They love cuisine, believe it or not. They want very good cuisine. I think so.
Well, you know what? I never would have thought of young people as foodies, but they are. Oh my gosh.
They were taking pictures of their food.
Yes.
They do.
They're the ones that post the food. So.
And they like unique experiences, right? So, coming on board this beautiful vessel, you have the Galaxy, which is a gaming room, which at this point, she's the only ship in our fleet that has the Galaxy.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah. So, and it's 3D virtual. You can make your own roller coaster. Now, I haven't ventured into the Galaxy
I have,
yet.
and you know what? We'll post a video. I did the roller coaster with Glenn.
Yes.
And Walt videotaped it, so it's Glenn and I, and it's not flattering at all, because you're like, because the world doesn't know that, they can't see what you're seeing, so it's...
And millennials also like more authentic, more personal things, right?
They want to do things together.
They want to do things together.
And you can do that roller coaster with 4 of you like you would if you went to an amusement park.
You can do the go-karts.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many experiences you can do on board, but again, I think
in the
itinerary makes...
Yeah, the itinerary and the shore excursions and the things that they can do, kayaking and hiking, and there's a lot of things they can do to kind of stay on that exercise healthy path.
Yeah,
a lot of those.
Because they do all want to talk about it. Now, what else did I have in there? Like myself, they love the spa, so that works. Now we have those active families, which if you're on this ship and you have an active family and they can't find something to do, there's definitely going to be a problem, because we were talking about it. You've got the race cars, what is it called, the Galaxy Pavilion, or what?
Galaxy Pavilion.
Get the Galaxy Pavilion. They really want to bond with each other.
They do, and they'll repeat the same itinerary for the experience of being on the ship.
That's what I thought was amazing. So as travel professionals, when you're talking to somebody, and maybe you're going to say, well, I'm not going to offer them to do the Western Caribbean because they've already done it. They've done those islands. But if it's a different ship, hey, they will still do, because on those islands there's many things to do. Right. So they will repeat the itinerary if you've got a different ship. And you guys have so many cool ships that
we do, and we reposition them. Frank Del Rio does a great job for the company, because he really has shuffled the ships around, right? So New York's had 3 different ships in the last 2 years.
So he's kind of following this. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, home port cruising, people tend to repeat their itinerary. Families are probably our biggest segment with home port cruising.
Oh, yeah, because you don't have to drag the kids. You don't have to get them on a plane. It's so much easier. Okay. Now, my last favorite group that I'm very familiar with, my group, I'm with you. Those baby boomers are people who we really love everything about being taken care of. What do we got? I had bucket list, full service amenities, wellness, relaxation.
Haven.
The Haven on the NCL ships is all of those things bundled into one. They know your name almost before you check in. Yet
sure do.
When you get to the port, you're whisked away.
You are.
You're checked in. You're in your room. So the Haven is fabulous. Now, we were chatting a little bit. So there is the whole Haven complex, which sounds like a funky word. I don't like the word complex, but we could not come up with anything better.
Haven complex.
So what's in the Haven complex itself?
So in the complex itself, on this particular ship, we have 50 suites that reside inside the Haven. And in the complex, you have your own bar, your own lounge. You have a restaurant that's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. You have sun deck area.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, the pool area is great because of the retractable ceiling.
Yes.
So depending on if you're in the Mexican Riviera, you can open up the ceiling. We're in Alaska. They want to keep it closed, but it gets nice and warm in there and toasty.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's fabulous. And then we have roughly 35 suites that reside outside the Haven. And they have access to the Haven, but they're located throughout different decks on the ship. So a lot of people like aft-facing.
Yeah, that's what I thought was interesting when you said that.
So we have quite a few of the suites that are aft-facing. So the Haven resides in the very forward of the ship. But for those who like the aft, they can purchase a Haven suite in the aft section
Which
of the
is
ship.
perfect, because I didn't realize that till we sat down, and she said it's all about offering people the part of the ship that they like. and
Correct.
still giving them the opportunity
Correct.
to enjoy and like live in the Haven. I don't know why anyone would ever leave the Haven. Like I would go in there and I'll just.
Fabulous. The Haven's a cool concept, you know, and like I like to tell people, it's like putting a yacht on top of a big city.
Yes.
And having all the private experience that you could possibly imagine being on a yacht or a very smaller type of cruise ship, right? But going downtown and being able to take in Broadway shows, having all the choices of specialty dining, and just
drive a race car.
The casinos, drive a race car, so you can enjoy, but then you can go back up to your little paradise, your complex,
where
right?
It's so quiet.
And quiet, and you know, I always tell people that you're really missing the opportunity if you don't include Haven in a quote to a customer who's looking for a more premium, upscale
cruise line.
Right.
And you know, now that you brought that up, so I have here, and all of this collateral, of course, you can find right inside the NCL site for travel professionals, and for Travel Quest agents, just go in the Rolodex. Go under the N for Norwegian and it'll take you here. But this piece is a really good piece to help our clients understand the value if they're looking maybe at a balcony, but there's a possibility to move into a concierge or the Haven. As they book up, there are those free offers or those free inclusions and what the value is. So you've got the money they're going to spend and the experience they're going to gain. And when you really understand it and you break it down by day, what they're going to get, I mean, for me, I can never stay anywhere else but the Haven. I'm just telling you.
They all say once you go to the Haven, you don't go back.
No, so maybe I should have stayed on an inside. I don't know. My life might have been less.
Spoiled now.
I am very, very spoiled. But now, so when we're talking about NCL, the whole area where they can go in, you've got NCLU. Tons of classes, and as they take the classes, they're going to earn a designation through you guys. And as you take the classes, you're going to become a better expert. You're going to know the product. You're going to be able to fit your client into where they actually belong. And once you do that, you've got happy clients. So it's how you increase your business through education and all of those things, right?
Absolutely.
And what's a possibility once we get to, what is this level?
So you have
PhD.
to get to your highest level. So once you become a master's degree, you can sell 5 cruises and get to experience a cruise for yourself at no cost.
And you know, the most important thing about that is you guys understand the best way to sell is to have experienced it. So I'll make sure the links are all in there.
Quick refreshers, the electives, you can always go back in if you're going to work with a client on a particular destination. You can go back in and look at an elective quickly and just brush up on that destination. So there's always quick resources for you when you might want to be discussing something in a little more detail.
So is there one thing that each of you, I'm going to ask you, is there one thing you absolutely did on the ship, whatever, that you went, holy cow, that is like amazing? Like I got my own personal takeaway. Do you guys have a takeaway? I didn't ask them this ahead of time, so now they're like, oh, anything?
I think where we're sitting right now is my biggest aha moment, because you have floor-to-ceiling windows. Just imagine being in Alaska and being in this particular lounge. It's beautiful. It's breathtaking. It's not such a beautiful day today, but when the sun is out and you're in Alaska and you're going by a fjord, there's just so much that you can take in.
It is. Look at all of that. Okay, so yours is the observation deck.
Sinda. I would say observation deck is a good choice, but I am very smitten with our shows and our entertainment. We had Elements the other night, which was it was a breathtaking show in itself to watch, but the outfits that these people wear, it just like correlates right with what they're doing in the show, and it's just so captivating. And we've got Tony Award-winning shows on our ship, and I really think that Norwegian Cruise Line just excels on entertainment shows, and they come out just like
they're revved.
Just elated.
They're like
about
singing
how good
tunes,
so
dancing.
It's a lot like sitting at a Broadway show. In fact, it really is sitting at a Broadway show. You're just on a ship instead. So I'm very smitten with our entertainment.
And mine, of course, is the Haven, so I'm not going to say anything else.
I was going to say that, but I knew you were going to say it, Bonnie. So
Oh, you totally could have blew me out of the water. Then I'm like, oh my God, I got to find something else I love. Which I love a lot of things, but anyways. Thank you. I know she's got to go to work. I don't. She's got to go to work. I don't. But you get to
play all day.
I will report back. So thanks, you guys. And thanks, everybody, for
listening.
Bye-bye.